The only way that they can get to their legal piece of property is to cut through those fences, climb over those fences, trespass, or maybe get a helicopter and fly in. Their land is basically landlocked by what the government has been doing for the future. And brothers and sisters, I see these things in the vision that I hadn't told about. And it's terrible. My brothers and sisters, you are not even getting one half of what I know and have seen and have checked and have visual proof on. Water, 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 hear me, water, water, water will be life itself. Things are going to take place where your electric bill is, you just might want to just turn off all electricity. You can't afford it. Grab a bunch of blankets and stay warm during the winter. You can't turn on a dang light. And water is usually pumped to your house through an electrical system, either from the big city or out there in your backyard. In Nevada, and I believe it's Nevada, and in this case, I think also parts of Arizona, a number of years ago, not very long ago, less than 6, the county started sending out these guys to check your water well. And if you would not allow them to, they wanted to know your flow, your depth, and was the water good? And they'd write in their little book. But and there were people that would not allow them to come on their land and do so. So guess what was tagged on their property? I think it's orange, if I remember correctly, an orange sign. Had numbers and stuff. And one of the people that I know that works for this outfit that is doing this thing, one of many outfits, knows what the numbers mean. Uncooperative, i.e. enemy. The first that are going to be arrested and taken away. But anyway, water. My wife and I, we have a cistern system. Our water comes from the Creator's heavens. Only about 16 times out of the year do we have to get water from under the ground. We get all our water for bathing, drinking, laundry, dishes, and the plants, simply from our big roof. And we don't really have to worry about our electricity going off. And we don't have to pay the big amount of money every year for improving our property by having a well on board. Money, money, greed, greed. From the county to the greatest of our highest government. But it goes so deep, you don't even understand. You look at our government and say, that's it. They're the problem. I guarantee you, they're only the seeable problem. This is part of what I was shown and have since witnessed much of. No, it is warfare between the good and the evil. Literally between the Creator and Lucifer. That is where it starts and that it's where it ends. And Daddy wins. But we're the ones that are going to have to pay a big price over this winning. Okay, 666. Is it on the forehead? Is it on the hand, back of the hand? Yes, it is. It's some kind of an electronic thing. And believe me, it's going to be real rough if you don't have this little card in your hand or across the head or whatever I mean, you won't be able to buy anything. Nothing. It might get you arrested to be outside walking down a sidewalk. You are an enemy. And at first it won't be too bad because some of your own children, for instance, they won't believe this crap as a number. And they love you enough to get you some water and some cigarettes and a little food here and there. But in time, it will be so very unlawful to do that they will fear. And you're just SOL. Time to run. The rapture will take place, and I will go into it in a stronger thing on another tape, but there's not going to be one. There's going to be two. And Scripture speaks of two. But nuclear war. America is soon, hear me, we're in 05, very soon going to be attacked by foreign armies. 5 nations or like-minded people are going to come against us and we will lose. That's it. We don't stand much of a chance. And it's in the process of occurring now. We got infiltrators all throughout Canada and the USA. And they'll rise up as one, as they're already embedded, but not showing themselves too much. 9/11, big deal. If that was the way the media tells you it is, I have many doubts, but nevertheless. Yeah, they were insurgents that had come here and learned how to fly a plane. But there are others, the dogs, the quiet ones. That little wimpy dog that just sits over there and shudders when you look at it. That dog is very vicious. And when the time comes, it will rise up from within, as the others will come against us. The East Coast, the politicians and the big money people, save my rear, bring your army here. Meanwhile, the West Coast and down through the Gulf of Mexico, they're being invaded too. The East Coast, those invaders are constantly being fought back. They can't get a stronghold. Meanwhile, our people are, save my rear guys, they're calling the reserves from our part of this USA to fill in the gaps of the dying ones on their part, leaving us structurally unsound. And it does not take long before, through the Gulf of Mexico and stuff, the armies work their way up towards Washington State. And the ones that come in along the coast of Oregon and Washington State, maybe down into California a bit, they're doing pretty good. But the ones from the south come up, meet the ones of the west, and then they gather together and they turn towards the east, catching our eastern nations in a pincer movement. And we lose. Meanwhile, the people I watched, now that I'm speaking of the vision, people who are refugees. There's only one state that everybody seems to be merging to, running. That's Minnesota. And it gets so crowded, it's unbelievable. And I once saw a movie, and I saw this in vision. What this movie portrayed, a bunch of refugees, and water was it, and they would dig a little ditch with a stick just to get a flow of water to go over to somebody who has a bigger flow that's connected to a bigger flow, and on and on and on until they got to the king of the water spot. And they would wheel and deal with their little trick of water just to be one of the king's group. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Minnesota is a beautiful state.